Hi guys, Russ here, and Happy New Year as we bring on the year of 2019. Another great year, I hope, of model building and talking about this great hobby that we have. So here we are, January. It's a very cold Friday evening. I think it never really got higher than 22 degrees Fahrenheit. You'll have to convert it to Celsius if that's what you use where you are. But yeah, very cold. Cold is good. It's keep you indoors to do some auto building, and if you like the snow, you can always go skiing, ice fishing, things like that. So, what do we got going for us? I'm looking at my table. Got a bunch of models. All pretty new stuff for this year. Maybe I got them at hobby shows, model shows last year, but let's talk about it. The first one is this truck. I've only started the frame, the wheels. It's the Henschel, German Henschel Type 33D, big heavy duty truck. Don't really know about the tonnage or anything, but Revell boxed it, but it's originally ICM, and I thought it was going to be difficult, but it's not as bad as I was anticipating. A lot of detail, a lot of small parts, but in general everything fit really well. The only thing I've added so far is some tow cable for a winch, which you might be able to see. Probably see the cord up front. I used jewelry bead wire. I actually kind of like it. I don't think it's metallic. It's some sort of plastic, but it wraps really well. So I dusted it and weathered it with some pigments, and I'm really impressed. The wheels all touch the ground. I wasn't too sure if that was going to happen, but I like it, and it should be a good model. I kind of like trucks. I'm not really sure what my fascination with trucks, where it began. I'm not a truck person, but I think there's something interesting about the idea of trucks and what they do. Okay, I may not build a Mack truck. Don't go there. Another build is this kit I picked up at my club's model show. It's an 8-rad. It's an Italy kit, and I picked it up because it was the end of the day, and there was a widow. Her husband had passed away, or her father, I don't remember, but these things do happen. Someday it'll happen to all of us. And the prices are really more than reasonable. She had slashed the prices, so. And I kind of like these vehicles. I don't have any, so why not? It's not a bad kit for Italy. It definitely has a few things that are not awesome, but they're easily fixable, I guess. The kit, the previous owner actually had a lot of photo etch aftermarket stuff for it. I may or may not use it, depends on what's going on. What I am going to do is add all my pioneering tools from maybe some Dragon spares I got. The Italy ones, just for me, they just didn't look spot on. Here's something new. I've been inspired. I like ships, and I own a bunch of ship kits, and I figured, why don't we start working on some ships? So, been watching a lot of videos over the past couple of years on seascaping. So, I think I'll have to blame Shane for this. Shane, and there was another fellow, but I like their technique, and I'm going to give it a try. So I got my block of wood, I got it stained, I routed it at work with my router, and I'm going to probably put a polyurethane block on it not black, but a coat. And then we can start with the landscape process. I think he used Mod Podge, which I just realized they do sell at my local shops here in my hometown. So the ship is the USS Hornet from Tamiya. It's an older kit. It's a little bit of a lemon. It's a lot of filler. I'm just constantly filling it and sanding, trying to just get all those gaps cleaned up, and probably gonna have to get some generic railing. Been avoiding photo etch rails for a long time. I think it's time to do it. Alright, I'll put that there. Yeah, ships, pretty cool. And my next section is these little puppies here. These German half-tracks. I picked up one back in September, and the other one I've had for some time, for the past 3 or 4 years. One's going to be in dark yellow, the other one is in Panzer Gray. The Panzer Gray one is actually a command half-track, so it comes with the full square aerial antenna, plus it's got the telescopic antenna that kind of branches out with the these big prongs. It's gonna be crazy. So, but I got a nice little diorama for it, and it should look really cool. And the other one I'm gonna have just got some soldiers. One's gonna be manning the machine gun, and yeah, they look good. So I am gonna be doing a video on these as far as the build journey. So I'm gonna not talk so much about them, but they've been fun. It's been fun doing all the tracks. Yes, it was a journey, workable tracks, but you find time to do it, you know. So we talked about some of the models, and if you know me, you know my channel is always models going on. Yeah, there's a lot. So the Tiger and Autocarius and the Panther from Kursk and my Sherman that I was featuring last year, they were approaching the final stages where they're at different levels of the weathering stage, but they should be done definitely for my next update in the spring. In fact, most of these models I'm pretty sure I'll have all finished up, or at least approaching finish time for my next update, which is really good. That says my barometer level, something's working, feeling good. I got time, I got space to do my model building, so maybe everything is going to get finished up. Above me here I have some bookshelves which I've cleansed of the books, and I just put on all the model kits that I have built or started building within the last, since I returned from Colorado 4 years ago, and they have to get done. I'm not putting a deadline on them, but those are the models I'm really focusing on, and every now and then I'll build something new, but it's reached critical mass at this point. Got to get it done. There's probably about 30 kits up there. Most of them we've all seen over the years, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. So, what else is going on? I've been painting. I've been painting and airbrushing and making videos, and you know, it's kind of met my goal. I remember last year, a year ago, I really wanted to kind of delve into that some more and kind of make that part of my channel. So far so good. Gotten a good response, and really what it is I'm leaving it out there. You know, somebody a year from now might be hit upon it and go, oh, I learned something from that. So was ultimately the purpose of all my tutorials, is just to leave it out there, and if somebody needs it, it's there. So I will be continuing. I'm gonna do some videos on this kit, which my boss at work, he's had it for some time in his possession, and he gave it to me. So it's a 172 Stuka G2 Hans Rudel from Kursk, and it's originally a Fujimi kit, and it's boxed as testers, but it's not a bad little kit. Not a bad little kit at all. But what I like about this kit is that from a painting perspective, you got splinter camouflage, you got a lot of stripes, you got your spinner stripes, there's a lot of masking, and plus the canopy. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to do some videos on the masking, how you do the splinter, because it is a technique. It's it looks intimidating, but it's really not that bad. And again, just kind of throw it out there on my channel for someone to use. So I'll put that there. Acquisitions. Sadly, I am still collecting models, but I'm also sending them away too. I think my policy for now on, because I'll talk about an acquisition that I just got, but if I'm going to buy new stuff, I'm going to have to promise myself that I'll sell something to make room for this new model, because I am running out of space at this point. There's no more space. I'm tapped out. So if I want a new kit, I gotta let something go. That's my policy. So what do we got here? We picked up this Tamiya kit, the Stork. It's apparently a milestone release. It's 100th release, kind of like an anniversary kit. So I really enjoyed the box art, and it is kind of an interesting kit. Just being a subject, we have one in Massachusetts, not too far from me, at the Collins Foundation. They actually have a real one. They fly it, and it's amazing how slow these things fly. Like, they just kind of almost like gliders. Actually, I've seen gliders fly faster than this thing, but definitely useful for the era it lived in. Alright, so we got that. We got a tank. Not World War II, not German, it's a Patton tank from Vietnam. And I got that back in November. And lately, the Vietnam period has certainly piqued my interest. Must have been that Ken Burns documentary. But just the subject is interesting, and I don't know, just kind of opened up my modeling taste buds for those subjects. Next, we have something totally different. We got Rocket the Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's he's pretty cool. I definitely want to start painting and building him pretty soon. He's just one mouthy, mean raccoon with a big heart. Alright, lastly, unfortunately the box is too big to show, but I made the super acquisition of getting the Bondi Perfect Grade Millennium Falcon right here. It is a thick instruction booklet, lots of pages, very cool stuff. I've already started building it. It's amazing. It's probably the best model I've built in a long time. Probably because it just comes together. I haven't used any glue either. Very little glue. I mean, there's going to be some places where I'm going to have to use it, but everything kind of snaps in, and the way it's designed is very well orchestrated, very well planned. They really put their hearts into designing a really solid kit and to make it awesome. Yeah, so it's really cool, and I'm going to probably make my own little video of it. Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there, but no one's really talking about it. Like, there's a lot of time-lapse videos and stuff, and building and that stuff, and the building's nice, but I think that what makes this kit awesome is the painting. I see it as just something, a thing of beauty that you can do with this, just because they put every little detail in it, so that every panel, every little nook and cranny is its own canvas in a sense, And there's a lot of depth too, and I'm going to talk about that in the video. I don't think people really appreciate it unless they've built it, but it's a very layered kit. You know, there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to have to do a lot of painting and then add parts and then paint on top of that just to get that complete coverage. So, and it's got LED lights, which would be a first in my model building universe. So we'll stop talking about that. So that's it. Model building and doing stuff. And got some model shows coming up. We have the first of the year will be in March 31st. I'll be going down to Wings and Wheels over in Chicopee, Massachusetts, which is near Springfield. And then there's another show in Maine, Saco, Maine. And there's going to be the IPMS regional show in somewhere near Troy, New York. So I'm going to try to get to those shows and look at some great model building. Alright, well this is it. So this is Russell signing off, and model on, have fun, be safe, and I'll see you here again on YouTube. Take care.